We did have madness last night. It just wasn't in the NCAA basketball tournament. It was in the NBA. My personal score was 296, and that got 296 got nowhere near close to cashing last night. A lot of 350s before the West Coast games even started. You had some 350s in the clubhouse, 374 in this particular contest, and in the larger games, I bet you somebody could easily have pulled 400 or close to it. Westbrook, that was 36, 10, 14. Nothing really new there. The larger story, Kevin Durant appears out for the year now. It does not really surprise me. When his foot acted up the game after the All-Star break, I realized I had lost my final chance at trading him and getting something, a warm body or anything for him. So and there was a risk I took taking Durant early in the draft process preseason. If he had a playoff format, yes, he knew he could be healthy back by March, but there was also the possibility of recurrences and that, and that's what struck. Alexei Shved, 38-7, nice matchup. He held up his end of the bargain. Only problem is if you took him and you had Alfred Payton for practically the same price and wound up being owned more. That surprised me. He welcome to his career night. 22, 10, and 10, 4 steals thrown in, career double, 56 points. Dwayne Wade, by his standards, okay, a little short. And, inevitably, just this is my team. The two, you always have one or two that you just fit in under the cap and aren't owned. And I saw CJ Miles sitting on 0 for so long. I was wondering what was up, if there was an injury I didn't know about. I'm frantically looking on the smartphone, and when I found out there's a CJ Miles who's a Filipino model, so a lot of hot pictures, a lot of porn I found, but I couldn't find a heck of a lot about CJ, what was going on with CJ Miles of the Indiana Pacers. Turned out he did play. Just not a whole lot in the first half. And the front line, yeah, I really thought I was going somewhere with it. And this is the story of the night. This is what won. I ignored the fact, didn't take into consideration of the fact that the Bucks and the Nets had a triple overtime game earlier in the season. They went triple overtime again. So on the surface, this seemed good. Ilyasova had 40, Kenneth Faried 41, Steven Adams 41, both 41 too. Except Noel got the go-ahead. Roto World called it, said you want to get him in your lineup. I just could not, with Westbrook in there, I could not sneak him in. He went off for 56.3. Brook Lopez wound up somewhere in the 65 area. So, here's the winning lineup without sans Westbrook. So balance one, or also take, if you were fortunate enough to have Bucks Nets stacked up, he did well. So Oladipo came strong. There was another one from that game, Chris Middleton, 52-6. And we'll pull up another lineup here. Steven Adams, he's going to be in that 6,000 range, and you guys see Alfred Payton pushing 8,000 now, 77, 78. I see him for the next game. So I can't find. Rudy Gay had a strong night as well, 50.8. Looking at some of what Roto World was, LaMarcus Aldridge 31 and 10. You know, just a solid, consistent player. They talk about Shved. They talk about Noel. And there's Antonumpo. He stood out. If he had Zaza Pachulia, you know, if he had about 4 or 5 players from that game, he did good. DeAndre Jordan had 20 rebounds. Chris Paul, 30 points. I talk about Westbrook. Taj Gibson back in Chicago, but Mirochek remains a story, 29 and 11. He will continue to get his minutes, even if it's off the bench. That's what his role in Tom Thibodeau's rotation is. Kemba Walker, I guess, stepped it up a little bit, and they talk about Rudy Gay. DeMarcus Cousins didn't feel right in warm-ups. He was held out. These are the ESPN rankings. Their top 130, and you wonder where Mr. Durant will be drafted next year. You know, 7 or 8. I'm guessing he's not going to be on my team. I'm thinking he'll play, best case scenario, 65 games, sitting out a lot of back-to-backs. It's going to be the new normal for Durant. And we'll see throughout the summer. It's obviously subject to change. Like one team I had, I was fortunate to pick. I give Aaron Bruschi on Roto World all credit for this. Drafting Draymond Green late. He's 21 now. Hassan Whiteside, 28. Here's Blake Griffin, 30. And kind of quickly looking for some other notables. Nerlens Noel, 50. Look for him to jump up by next fall. Same with Thundernumpel, 58. I saw Alfred Payton. He was way down here, 85. No, he's going to be top 50 by the fall. So that's how that list looks. And we have a five game slate today. So we will take a quick look at that. And no Westbrook, no Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, we'll continue to monitor his status. Get Harden and Gasol in there. Those are getting to be. Gasol's going down. You know, usually gets 30 to 35 a night. His salary has ebbed a little bit. Kind of looking at other. Terrence Jones out for about the next week. Collapsed lung turned out to be the diagnosis there. We have PJ Tucker and Marcus Morris. That would be Roy Hibbert. If you have to save some money there, Roy Hibbert is a possibility. And actually, forget that, Brandon Wright, Mr. Wright. And there's red hot Corey Brewer or Trevor Ariza if you'd like him instead. So you kind of look at the available names here. And it's kind of, I think George Hill will be a decent play tonight. You kind of look at some things there. Doesn't excite me too much. Reggie Jackson, well, he gets it put up a lot, and that's not leaving me with a lot of cap space. I I think, I mean, choose your poison, Aflalo or Tony Snell. Look, hopefully find out about an injury. Somebody say get some playing time. It's in that 35 to 4,000 range. So that's one there. George Hill, Reggie Jackson, Harden. Looks like I'm stacking a lot. I may be stacking too much with Phoenix Houston there. So Hill, Jackson, Harden, Aflalo, Tucker, Brewer, Gasol, Paul Gasol, Josh Smith, Brandon Wright. Had fun with college hoops yesterday. Looking at the percentages from the early games, I was able to have a nice showing and made the cash on a late game with the college. It was a nice, consistent lineup with Nigel Hayes, one heavy Gonzaga there, Aaron White. Dylan Brooks saw that game. Nice player there. Oregon, it was a pretty good game. Oregon outlasted OK State. Branson Koenig, that was my cheap player. Coastal Carolina played there. Hey, I give them credit. Even the last minute, they didn't call out the Dogs. They scored a couple steals to make the score more respectable. But hey, they belong. They showed they belonged in the NCAA tournament last night. And then you have J.J. O'Brien. Aztecs' big win. They gave Pole some minutes. If you know the backstory, I believe the former St. John's player had a medical episode later in the year. He had a heart monitor actually implanted. So they're obviously handling him with kid gloves. It's nice to see him finish off his senior season on the floor, actually. And players I am going with... It's an early game today, but there'll be some additional contests with the players going later. I'm going with Sam Thompson, guy from Utah, did good. Hollis Jefferson got me some points. I'm going with R.J. Hunter. I think we're going to see the 14 seed sweetheart right here, coach's son. He's going to get everything he can handle. In fact, yes, he's on the court every single minute for the Georgia State Panthers. I highly recommend R.J. Hunter. Trevor Lacey, another guy I'm going with, Demetrius Jackson of Notre Dame, and choose whatever Harrison twin you want. And in doubt, go with hyphenated names, Cauley Stein, Hollis Jefferson. So that's the March Madness look, and I had a couple respectable showings in that last night. So that's your college hoops NBA look for March 21st. I alleviate today as we remember we want to talk about old school football. The great Chuck Bednarik, Philadelphia Eagles, literally nearly killed Frank Gifford in 1960. Also led the Eagles to the NFL title that year, the last of the two-way players. World War II pilot, University of Pennsylvania, played center and linebacker for 12 years. There he is with a stogie and a heater, playing with plastic helmets for 12 years, playing two-way, and he lived to be 89. Oh, and Frank Gifford is still kicking as well. So if you want to hear the gloom and doom stories about the health problems of NFL players and former NFL players, which are definitely out there, just remember 55 of 59 former quarterbacks who have started Super Bowl are still alive. And Chuck Bednarik lived a great life and remains an icon in the NFL and the city of Philadelphia. Talk to you later. I'm out.